I just passed 4 logging trucks full of trees. And I thought, right, you're talking about planting trees, that the 4 truckloads that I just saw, the mass of those trees versus the mass of the seedlings you planted. The total amount of seedlings that you planted translated or compared to 4 truckloads of logs, probably 4 truckloads of logs would be greater than the mass of all the trees that you planted, let's say yesterday. And those trees will take, 100 years to grow up, and these trees was 4 logging truckloads while I'm driving by. So if they're going all day logging and you're going all day planting your little seedlings, it's a losing reality. And kind of ridiculous, but you believe in planting the seedlings and you're doing your best, of course, to make it do what you can. But there's no more logging protests like that I see. Apparently in the Clayoquot, 1,200 people went to jail and nothing has changed. They're still logging. And why are they logging? Well, they have machinery that they have to keep busy. They have mortgages that they have to pay. And the machinery costs, like there's a huge cost in that equipment. And so they've got to keep the machinery moving. And that means constant losing battle by humanity for subsistence on this planet. We're not, and plus the fact that we're wasting, our resources. Like in Victoria, the national average of garbage per day is 4 pounds per person. So in Victoria, where I live, that's 1 million pounds a day. There's 300,000 people. So I go to the dump and I ask them, how many truckloads? They told me like 300 truckloads a day coming in there. And I go there and people are throwing wheelbarrows out. They're throwing couches out. Look great. Like all kinds of good stuff. Every time I go there, you're not allowed to take anything, but usually I manage to grab something. And there's such waste. There's parking lots everywhere full with boats, trailers, streets are cluttered up. I've got 4 vehicles myself. Like it's just so ridiculous, this economy that we've got in it. And it's all underneath this political puppetry that gets itself elected through media manipulations of an unaware public. It's a ridiculous scenario we're living in. It's just horrible what we're doing, and then so that the life is just full of struggle and turmoil and confusion. And you can surf the channels and you can look and you can see, well, right now the big thing is AI, artificial intelligence, is with the GPT-4 you can do amazing things. And they look at it and you say, well, we don't need 90% of what's being done. We don't need. The computers are they've already have taken over. Basically, we're basically we're being run by automated intelligence or automated ignorance. It's just like pure stupidity, and we're forced to live like this. Like, you ask somebody why they're doing it. Well, I gotta raise my kids. I gotta pay the mortgage. I gotta pay it all for food, and so they all got the same. They're not doing what they want. No. That's not even in the question. This is, you're doing what you have to do. And so we're basically controlled by this artificial intelligence, automated. Like I stop at a street light. There's nobody there. I look around. I say, look, is there a cop there? I drive through. This happened to me. I drive through. Friggin' camera took a picture of me. I get a ticket in the mail, $170. I thought, okay, I'll fight it. I'm a person. I can't use my own reason to rule my motion. So I go to court, and I'm sitting there, and I'm looking around, and the hallway's filled with people, and cops are coming up to you and saying, well, if you settle before you go up to the judge and are found guilty, we will let you off for half. So there's the bribe. And a lot of people are saying, yeah, well, I can't fight this. I can't afford a lawyer. And then, I'm fighting a $170 ticket. But it's a principle. Okay, so I'm going to go and I'm going to fight this. And I sit there and I wait. And a couple of hours go by. This is fucking ridiculous. Like, what am I doing here? Like $170? Yeah, I drove through the light. There's nobody there. And I'm going to make my argument, which is, you'd say philosophical. It's not philosophical. It's rational. It's personal. It's applicable. But what's the point? This judge is being paid to make rules based on a system that he must know is corrupt. Like, they couldn't be that stupid that they can't see what they're doing is completely idiotic. Having a light going up, blinking on and off, and the way it bunches up traffic is wrong anyway. Like I look at these lights and I say, if I was boss, I would get rid of all these lights. We don't need those lights. And if you go on the internet, you'll see that there's the title is "This is Impossible," and it's a little bit of a story about a place where there's a huge amount of traffic, and it shows it. There's bicycles, there's trucks, and there's pedestrians, and they're all listening to this light. Anyway, they do an interview, and this lady says that it would be crazy. She says, you take away the lights, and people would just be crashing into one another. And she said it'd be completely stupid for you to take those lights away. Look at how efficiently they work. Anyway, they took away the lights. They interviewed that same lady 3 months after this experience of removing the lights. She says, I get to work 15 minutes earlier every day just because of that one light. She says there's no accidents, and they show up. Traffic is minimal. They don't bunch up anymore. They just drive through. Everybody respects one another. We're not stupid. We can see somebody's coming at us. We can let them go. So you practice courtesy and you respect the rationale that you're allowed to reason your way. And anyway, so it's called This is Impossible. And yet it is possible. Remove the lights and things happen a lot smoother. Another example I want to give of the stupidity of these lights is that if you go into a mall and you see the amount of vehicles that are coming and crossing one another, and they're passing by one another. I go up, I stop, I see there's a guy there. He was there first. I let him go. Next person lets me go. There's no lights in the mall, and yet there's more traffic than you find on any road. Constant coming and going. If you installed lights in those malls, you're going to have, now you're going to created a problem. So this is not just that. There's almost everything we're doing is ridiculous. And we need to reconsider what consciousness is. Where is this presumption of innocence, which is supposed to be a fundamental principle in your judicial system? We're presuming that people are too stupid to make up their own minds and reason or rationalize them for themselves. So, I started this little rant about 4 truckloads of logs that I see, and I say, oh, there goes our forest. Yeah. Oh, you're planting trees. Oh yeah, you planted 1 million trees last year. Well, those middle million seedlings would go on 1 truckload. And I just saw 4. So it's a losing battle. We have to rethink our approach here. And there is an answer. There is an answer. We're going to find that answer. And we're probably going to, maybe we'll all die first. And there will be no answer. And mankind will just have been, this will just be a mistake we made. Okay, so that's 12 minutes. That's enough of my rant. And I've been practicing. I'll get this down so that it's better someday. Thank you. David Shabib. Shabib, the police pronounce it. One Earth Communications, Jonathan and David. Judgment Day News. That's my site. SAI Origin, which is Sentient Artificial Intelligence Origin, which is a site that I'm thinking to popularize in the coming future. So, thank you for listening. If anybody ever listens to this, goodbye.